Hey guys, what is up? Sam or Scorpiola here, bringing you guys a very exciting video because we're going to be talking about Modern Warfare and its Warzone counterpart, Season 4, which we now know, thanks to our first teaser trailer, will be beginning on June 3rd, next Wednesday. In this video we're going to be talking about all the operators that are coming, the maps, the weapons, the multiplayer content, the Warzone content, the storyline. There is so much to go over, so much exciting stuff to happen, and without further ado, we're just going to jump into it with what's actually coming in to cap off Season 3, which is double XP, double weapon XP, and double tier progression. We tend to see this at the end of every season, so it's no surprise, but it's a nice little thing to come in here to give you guys that chance, finish off that battle pass, get that level 155, do some challenges, unlock some gold camos with that double weapon XP, whatever you want to do with it. Now this trailer I'm talking about, well, what exactly is it? Well, the trailer is actually a bit of a teaser. I think we will see a proper trailer coming on Monday that will give us a more specific look at the content. But what this trailer actually does is recaps the story of Modern Warfare and Spec Ops all the way up until now. As we actually previously leaked in yesterday's video, they would be doing this to catch up the free-to-play Warzone players on the storyline of the main Modern Warfare game. If you haven't actually seen that video, it will be linked down below. It's a dual commentary with DK Dynamite on the upcoming crossover with Modern Warfare and Black Ops. So as I say, that will be linked down below if that is something you're interested in. Now we're going to start off with the weapons, and if you look at this very specific shot from the trailer, we can actually see our two weapons, and these in fact are the two weapons that we did talk about a few weeks back in the previous video that were leaked to be found in the files, and they are indeed our two weapons for this battle pass. They are a brand new modern take on the iconic Black Ops Galil. Really cool to see there, a brand new modern take on such an iconic weapon from a totally different corner of the COD universe, along with what is clearly a Vector in Gaz's hand. As we can see there, those two characters are very important, and we'll actually be talking about them when we get onto the operators a little bit later. But yeah, those will be our two Battle Pass weapons. I'd probably guess we'll get the Vector at about tier 15, and then probably the Galil up at 30. But those aren't actually the only weapons this trailer shows, as big thanks to Modern Warzone over on Twitter for pointing this out, but the trailer does actually show a character using a set of akimbo batons, which he does say have recently been added to the files of Modern Warfare. It is interesting, a lot of people would normally think this was just a finisher or something like that, but he does go on to say that you actually can apply custom camos to these batons, so this could actually be a new melee weapon altogether coming to the game, so that's going to be really exciting to see, since we haven't really seen many melee weapons coming into the fray, and I think akimbo batons could be a ton of fun and really cool to use. We're going to hop over to Warzone now, because there is a ton of stuff going on there that the trailer actually gives us our first look at, including what seems to be a Juggernaut suit. Now we did have leaks from the files recently that there was a Juggernaut mode in development for Warzone that does seem to be coming soon, and well, here we see a Juggernaut suit next to two players. Sounds like a Warzone trio to me, so I would have to guess this is actually our first look at that brand new mode. We don't really know how you'd exactly get these suits. It might be by getting a certain number of kills, maybe buying one, maybe just getting lucky with finding one in a drop, maybe an Easter egg even. There is a second layer to all the bunkers that we can currently get into with those red access keycards, so maybe that's what's under there. And that same leak actually also told us that 200 player Warzone and Plunder is on its way soon, as well as that long awaited duos mode. With quads having been added with Season 3's launch, I think next week is finally going to be the time we're actually going to see duos enter the game. We know they were having some problems getting it ready, but I think that's finally done now, and I'm sure they're ready to have it out with the launch of this season after how hyped people have got for it. There is actually a brief shot in the trailer of what looks like two characters standing fighting together in Warzone, so that could be our little hint to duos coming, or it could just be a cool shot. We're going to have to wait and see. We do also have hints to what seem to be some brand new vehicles coming to Warzone. We have a close-up shot of an armoured truck. Now it's possible this is something, but also possible it's nothing. This is actually from a cutscene that has been in the game since launch, but the fact they put up a particularly close shot of this truck makes me wonder if it could be something to enter the game. Obviously Blackout did have an armoured truck last year, and I think all round it would be something really cool to have. A truck that could take a bit more hit to it. I think that would be a lot of fun. We also do have a close-up shot here of Ghost next to a tank. Again, could be nothing because tanks are in other parts of this game, but the fact that they are in other parts of this game makes me think that at some point they would want to use that within Warzone, because why wouldn't you? I mean, as long as they balance them plenty, I'm sure tanks could be really cool feature, maybe more of an LTM than anything else. Also in Warzone last season, we actually did see a totally reinvented loot pool coming in with Season 4 when all the ground weapons changed, totally new blueprints, weapons were being found on the floor, so I'm sure we'll do that again. We haven't seen the kilo dropping on the floor yet, maybe the grow, you never really know, that weapon is so OP, it'd be nice to get it into the hands of everyone so you know you can just get it instead of having to actually have a class for it. A few weeks back, we did actually see both snake shot pistols and dual wield burst grenades, which were both super OP in Warzone. They actually took a big nerf, and we're still waiting on the big RPG nerf that we do know is coming, so hopefully that could also be coming with the launch of Season 4. That's pretty much everything we know about Warzone. Obviously we do know that the whole bunker event, the stuff going on with the nukes, potential hints to something happening at the dam, whatever is going on with that live event, that is all still in play, that is all still developing. We don't really know what's coming next. We do know that there is a live event coming at some point. Season 4 seems like an obvious time to do it now that the hype's really high. I think people are ready for that to finally happen. We're going to have to wait and see exactly what they do for that. In terms of multiplayer, well, we didn't get too much of a hint to any kind of maps or modes that could be coming, aside from what appears to be scrapyards from Modern Warfare 2 visible behind the Season 4 logo shown at the end of this trailer, which makes a lot of sense to finally come to multiplayer. It's been in Spec Ops and Warzone already since launch, and as we talked about a few weeks back, they are planning to add more MW2 content to this game as an alternative to actually remastering that multiplayer. So while my prediction was Terminal, I'd say Scrapyard does obviously make a ton of sense since, well, it's been done for a long time. And as with the past season, we'll probably see an extra couple of maps too. Not really sure what exactly, we did just get Hard Hat added a few weeks back, so probably not another remaster, but maybe an original map, maybe something more for gunfight, who really knows. Now the developers have been talking for a while now about some kind of a further grind coming to this game, something more for players to work towards after they've completed everything that already exists in the season between the Battle Pass and that max level 155. And while we could have seen our first clue to this, because within the COD mobile app we did see leaks of brand new weapon mastery calling cards and animated emblems coming into the game. Now we don't exactly know how these will be obtained, we do know that each weapon has a version for gold, platinum and Damascus, so it's really unknown if this would just come from actually getting that camo on that weapon, or if there'd be something further on top of that, a different way to earn this maybe, who really knows, but I think it would be a fun way to showcase that that's, well, a weapon you've used a lot within the game, and they have talked a lot about more grind coming, so I'm assuming this would be with the launch of this season. We do also have Obsidian camo that came into the game last season, and that is actually unlocked by, after getting gold on a particular gun, getting a bunch of kills with it. Hopefully we do see some kind of reward for getting Obsidian on every gun, because right now there's not really an incentive to do that. It does seem like Obsidian's more built as for, you know, casual players who just want to grind a particular weapon, get a cool camo on it, you know, but for those who have put that work in, it would be really nice to see that added down the line. Now before we head on to operators and story, I want to talk about Spec Ops quickly because, well, that mode hasn't got much support. Obviously we've had kind of specific modified versions of different pre-existing missions coming in and you get cool rewards for them. We haven't actually seen any original content beside the odd survival map for Spec Ops. In terms of what's going on in this mode, we don't really know too much officially, although I did have a talk with the Gaming Revolution, and from what he told me, it does actually seem like they aren't currently testing or developing any new major Spec Ops content for this game, sadly. That guy's leaked a ton of stuff for this game, so you know he's reliable. It's unfortunate to see that mode's kind of just being left behind after it had a bit of a controversial launch, but it does make a lot of sense, since it really wasn't the most liked. Now coming back to our operators, we do actually see in the trailer that Price is the character headlining the entire season, so he's probably our main Battle Pass operator. Really makes a ton of sense, he's basically the lead character of Modern Warfare. Why wouldn't he be our next operator to come into the game, obviously? We do actually see a shot at the end of this trailer, as we talked about earlier with reference to the weapons, that also shows us that Gaz is on his way to this game. He does make a ton of sense, obviously, another major character from Price's team entering the game. The ending of the campaign did hint to Price recruiting several characters to his new task force, 141, and of the people mentioned in that cliffhanger, we've already seen everyone else through post-launch content, including Simon Riley. Now we're seeing Gaz coming in, who will probably be coming to the stores since we only ever really get one operator in the battle pass, but you never really know. We might get Price at tier 1 and Gaz at tier 100, who really knows? But that actually leaves Soap McTavish as the only one yet to enter the game. And in this Activision blog post, they refer to Gaz as the final member of Price's team to enter the fold, which means one of a few things. Firstly, someone majorly fucked up writing this blog post, or B, Soap is being saved for the sequel to this game. I'd say that's the most likely. Or C, possibly Soap is actually one of the characters we already have in this game who is working under a secret alias. We really don't know exactly what the deal is there. All we know is that Soap is on his way to the Modern Warfare universe at some point, but it doesn't seem like that is coming anytime soon. It's a shame that we're probably going to have to pay to get such a cool and significant character as Gaz, but alternatively we do know a live event is coming this season, and games like Fortnite have been offering in-game rewards for actually watching their live events for years now, to encourage everyone to log on for them, so maybe someone like Gaz could be unlocked for tuning into that. We really don't know. So in terms of where our story is currently at in Warzone, chemical weapons are in the wild in the world of Verdansk. Captain Price has moved a nuclear warhead inside Bunker 11. Obviously that's the bunker we just got into recently with the Easter egg, and we know there's a whole lot of stories still to be built towards there. We don't really know if that's going to come out in the next week or so as we head to Season 4, or if maybe all the other interactable stuff there is going to finally start to serve a purpose next season. Mr. Z, or Viktor Zakayev, who Price actually had attempted to kill his father in the past, Imran Zakayev, he was actually a villain in Call of Duty 4, and he's coming back now in this reboot. His plan is to have the Armistice target their own and basically have them fight amongst each other with a cloud of gas closing in. That's basically the story of Warzone. It's Mr. Z's whole plan to have the Armistice target each other. That's kind of the backstory of how that works. And it says his plan is causing absolute chaos. There are only a few options left on the table. Can Captain Price offer to take another business trip and stop this explosive infighting building towards a global war? Really exciting story stuff there. We just have this little brief summary of where we're at here. They do give a full summary of all the story so far. Let me know in the comments below actually if you'd like to see me do a video and recap the entire story of Modern Warfare up until now. I think that'd be really fun to do. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap up this video. Main bullet points here: Scrapyard's coming to multiplayer, Juggernauts and Duos coming to Warzone, Price is our main operator for this season with Gaz coming too. A whole lot of interesting stuff going on pretty much. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on more Modern Warfare content. Bye!